Good morning, this is Rachel with Infused Meadows, and I'm going to put together some cream of anything soup so that I can make cream of mushroom later. The only difference is that I will be cooking up my mushrooms, taking those out, and then putting this in, and then adding my mushrooms back in. I'm going to be tinkering with halfway cooking mushrooms and then dehydrating them to see if I can then add that to this to make it a little bit quicker, and that way the mushrooms they don't have to cook as long, if that makes any sense. Anyhow, so I've already gone ahead and put in my 1.5 cups of cornstarch, or if you're in other places, corn flour. Not in the US, don't use your corn flour for this. Okay, so to this we're going to add 4 cups of our milk powder. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The lid back on that. Alright, now to this I want to add a 1/2 cup of bouillon powder. Now I'm going to use chicken right now, and that's mostly because I've not worked out a good beef bouillon powder yet. So it's a work in progress. But I haven't needed to make any chicken yet. But when I do go to make my chicken bouillon powder, I will make a video on that so that you can see what's in it. I think it's pretty good. So a 1/2 cup of bouillon powder. Use vegetable, use chicken, use beef. Use the one that you prefer the flavor of. Okay? So, now that we have that in there, we are now going to switch to our measuring spoons, and we are going to add in 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 'I'm going to go in with a heaping teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of ground thyme, and I do not heat this one. I actually go just a little under it. And then we want, because this one's clean on the other side, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. So I'm going to do 2 because it's a 1/2 teaspoon measure. There's 2. Set that there. Now what we want to do is we want to whisk this together really, really well. And then you're going to put this into an airtight container. I use jars. I have 2 mason jars. 2 quart-sized jars right over there that I'll be storing this in. I prefer jars because as long as my lids are good and intact, I have an airtight container to store things in, and that means that I don't have to worry about oxidization happening and that, causing whatever's in there to go off. Because this should last you about a year. You can throw in a moisture absorber and it might last you a little bit longer. You could probably vacuum seal, anything that's put it in multiple jars, and that way your extra jars can be vacuum sealed and that'll last you even longer. So you're going to whisk this really good until it is all nice and combined. And then, like I said, I'm going to use this for cream of mushroom. That's the only cream of anything that I use is the cream mushroom. But that's just me. Now, if you wanted to make cream of chicken, you could probably, cook yourself up some chicken, shred it up, and then when you make this, go ahead and just add the chicken into it. And there you go. Same thing with celery. You want to add about 1/4 cup of whichever extras that you're adding, whether it's your mushrooms, celery, chicken, whatever. So, when you go to use this, okay, you're going to use 1/4 a cup of dead air. Why can't I remember? Sorry. All right, you're going to use 1/3 cup of this to 1 cup of water. I apologize, my brain's all over the place. So I'll be using this later with a dinner that I'm going to be showing you. Actually, I'll make this first, and then that'll be its own video, and then you'll see me use this in my dinner later. So you'll measure out 1/3 cup of this. You'll put this into your pot, and you'll add 1 cup of water, or you could use chicken broth if you wanted to for that extra flavor, or beef broth, whichever broth you want to use. You're just going to mix that up into your pot, and you'll whisk until you see it start to thicken up. And at that point, you get it to the thickness of your consistency that you like, because, you know, cornstarch is in there, so you can definitely get it to where it'll stick, you know, hold a spoon straight up if that's what you want. All right, well, that's all I have for this one. I hope that you give this a try. I hope you like it. And as always, if you don't, I hope you find the recipe out there that's right for you. Have a wonderful day.